In this quick review, we're going to work through a loan amortization schedule. And this quick review is going to be on the longer side because this process it requires a lot of calculations. Um, and so to do this, just have your calculator ready. And we're going to actually start by working a loan amortization schedule for a mortgage problem that we did in a previous quick review. All right, so here's the problem. Prepare a loan amortization schedule for the first 3 months of a mortgage loan shown in the following table. All right, so here's the problem. The amount of our mortgage is $400,000. Okay. The interest rate, the mortgage rate here is 7%. In a previous quick review, we found how to find the monthly payment for this. Okay, so it's going to be $2,645.78. And it's a 30-year loan. So we're going to do 360 payments. So here's what we want to do. All right. We're going to look through the first three payments on this loan. We want to figure out the following. How much of our payment, this is our monthly payment right here, how much of our monthly payment goes to interest on the loan? How much goes to principal? And what is the balance of the loan? All right. So there's three things you need to find: interest payment, principal payment, and balance of the loan. So let's do it for the first payment. All right, interest that's charged on the loan is using the simple interest formula. It's principal times rate times time. All right, so here's the thing. On your first payment, all right, principal, how much do you own on your loan? You own $400,000. What is the rate? Well, it's 0.07. And now what is the time? So time is usually, number of years. And so for it's just 1 month, time would be 1/12. So if you grab your calculator and do this, let's multiply how much we're paying on interest, all right, on the loan for the first month. So we have $400,000 balance times 0.07 times, and then I'll put in parentheses 1 divided by 12. So just that first month, how much interest we owe is $2,333.33. I'm going to round everything to the nearest cent for all these problems. All right. Now we're going to say, okay, well, that's how much we have to pay in interest. How much of my payment goes to principal? So principal payment. So what you would do is you take your monthly payment, which was $2,645.78, and you would subtract how much you paid in interest, your interest payment. So how much of that loan went to interest, which was $2,333.33. Just to save a little bit of time, okay? If you plug this in your calculator, you will get $312.45, okay? So now what is the balance on the loan now? Well, look, this interest, that was what we owed the bank for servicing and lending us the money for the mortgage. This is how much we've paid towards our principal. So our principal was $400,000. That's what we started with. Subtract away $312.45. All right, the principal balance minus principal payment. So the new balance on the loan after the first month is $399,000, if you do the subtraction, $687.55. So I know it seems crazy, right? Like we just paid on this house over $2,600, but most of that went to interest. All right, so let's go back. How much we paid for interest on the first month was $2,333.33. Towards our principal, we paid $312.45, and that means the balance on our loan is $399,687.55. All right, Now let's repeat this process for the second payment. And the reason the numbers are going to change is because the balance on our loan has changed. And they're going to change slightly, you'll see. All right, so this was for payment number 1. Now, say we started in January. Now let's go to our February payment. All right, so how much do we know no interest for the month on our second payment? Well, what is our principal? Our principal on the loan is no longer this $400,000. It is this amount here from the previous month. So it's $399,687.55. Now, what is our interest rate? It's 0.07. And the time, because this is 1 month, is 1/12. So how much do we now owe in interest on this loan for the month? So it's our new balance, $399,687.55 times 0.07 times 1/12. And notice how much we're paying in interest has gone down a little bit. And it's not much, but it's gone down. So it's $2,331.71. All right. So how much are we paying now towards principal on our loan? Well, what is our monthly payment? This monthly payment is fixed. It's $2,645.78. And this is our new interest we paid for the month. $2,331.51. So our principal payment was $314.27 if you plug that into your calculator. All right. That's how much of our monthly payment went to the principal. Now, what is the balance on our loan now? Well, you have to take the balance you started the month with, which was $399,687.55. And you have to subtract away this principal payment, which is $314.27. So how much do we now have a balance on our loan of? It's $399,399. $373.28. Okay. So let's go back. I just want to fill in the table as we're going. The interest we paid was $2,331.51. So our interest payment is falling and our principal is rising. We're paying more towards principal now, $314.27. And that means the balance of our loan is going down. So it's $399,373.28. All right, so if we're doing this correctly, what should happen now is our interest payment here should continue to fall, principal should continue to rise payment, and the balance of the loan should decrease. All right, let's do it now. We did payment number 1, payment number 2. Now let's do it finally for payment number 3. All right, the interest for our third payment. So like if we started in January, we made our January payment, our February payment. Now let's do our March payment. All right, how much is our principal? So our outstanding balance on the loan. Well, it's this amount right here. So it's $399,373.28. Our mortgage rate is 0.07. Over 1, and multiplied by time, each month is 1/12 of a year. So just clear all this. 399,373.28 times 0.07 times 1/12. So how much we're paying towards interest on the loan this month? $2,329.68 when I round it. So that was $2,329.68. All right. So now what is our principal? How much of this is going towards principal? Well, our fixed monthly rate, that never changes, right? How much we're paying per month, that's the fixed mortgage payment, which is a good thing, which was $2,645.78, minus how much did we pay towards interest? $2,329.68. So if we plug that in our calculator, it looks like what is going towards principal is $316.10. So what is our new balance on the loan? Well, it's how much we started the month with, right? Which was the ending balance of the last month. Which was $399,373.28. And what was our principal payment? Well, we paid $316.10 towards principal. So our final balance here after 3 months is $399,057.18. So plugging this all back into the table, the interest payment here was $2,329.68. So as you noticed, each month, how much you're paying in interest has fallen a little bit, and how much is going towards principal is increasing. So this was $316.10. And as a result, the balance of the loan has fallen. $399,057.18. I know this is rather complicated, but it's just an algorithmic approach to it. Just follow the same pattern each time. And as always, seek out your instructor for help and additional examples.